Mario 2 is on this list for a lot of reasons. Well, I know it's not the original Mario Brothers 2. I just find myself picking this game up a lot more than Mario 3. It just set the tone for the games to come with picking up the enemies, and which he'd later do, of course, with all the Koopa Troopas. Even though you find out it's a dream at the end, I just find it a more enjoyable game to play. I know 3's longer, but I just find it that it's the better game that I enjoy. I wish they'd make something a little bit more like this again, where you could choose from Peach and Toad and Mario and Luigi, which they'd all have their different abilities. I guess which kind of a little bit plays out in RPGs, but Super Mario Bros. RPG, but that's the way RPGs are done, so I guess I really can't count that. But I can't really say to recommend to play this, because who hasn't played this? This is definitely a great game. I don't know where I want to start with this game. I actually played it very late in my life. I probably didn't end up playing it till I was 26, and I'm 29 right now. It's way better than Double Dragon by far. It's got a little bit more depth. It's RPG elements. You know, it's not as cheating as the other one is. You can upgrade your attack and defense, and even your move list as you go along with different things in towns. You can pick up weapons and throw them. You get some crazy commentary when, like, you kill or injure the enemies you're fighting against. There's not really much else I can say about it. Of course, it's number 4. It's a great game. I enjoy it. I recommend playing it if you haven't got a chance to. I haven't actually gone on and looked to see how much carts on eBay go for. I don't expect them going much above 30, 35, but I could be wrong. I don't know how rare the game is. Metroid. Oh, man. I owned this game when I was 8, and it got me very frustrated being younger and developing. It was a big stepping stone in developing as a gamer, with having all dead ends and not knowing what to do. I didn't cheat or use any special Nintendo power, any codes, any tips to beat it. It was trial and error of years and years. I did not beat it till I was about 13, and it's one of those stepping stones that makes you want to beat games and become a better gamer. As to when I ended up getting Super Metroid, which was vastly bigger but had a map with it, it took me 7 days. Of course, being younger had the issue. The controls in this game are, I think, 95% perfect. There might be some issues I have with the bomb jump, I guess, and some other parts with trying to flip and not trying to flip. Maybe others get it to work and I can't and I suck. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I like the worlds. The music's definitely memorable, and Nintendo played it well with using the universe and the timeline that they've set for it. And definitely they've made it fit into something they never planned, of course, down the road. And even though I think the series has lost a lot of its expect, you know, what people look for. They always have high expectation for the games. And like Metroid 3 and the newest one, Metroid Prime, everyone's just like, eh. You know, I loved Prime 1, Prime 2 was awesome, but Super Metroid is my favorite in the series, and regular Metroid for NES is my second favorite. If you like adventure games, this is one you shouldn't miss. You can probably find a cart for even as cheap as $8 to $10, depending if you find the right sale. Yeah, get it. Call it what you will. The red-headed bastard stepchild of the Legend of Zelda franchise, it's not a big deal to me. It still has my heart and my childhood memories. I don't know if I could say it's either my second or third favorite game, whether contesting with Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past, but I definitely say it's better than Legend of Zelda 1. I guess it's because of the length of the game, the magic system they used, the RPG element. It all had a little place with me and also built me to be a better gamer. It definitely was something I would rather pick up and play again, and I recommend it to everybody. The music's great, the graphics are good, it's a little dark on some series. It kind of gets sometimes getting used to if you don't explore every little inch, because I would have not found every secret if it wasn't for Nintendo Power. But then I played it originally being at 10 or 11 and did not beat it. So I was probably 14 or 15, I hate to say. But then yet I've never owned my own cartridge until I was probably 14 or 15. You can find it on eBay for about, I want to say even as cheap as 10 to 15 if you're lucky, and on a little bit higher end for a used cart, like 40. I'm sure everyone's played it, so, but if you haven't, it's worth a pickup. Number one is here, and it is nothing less than Mega Man, the Blue Bomber himself, Rockman, whatever you want to call him. And the reason why I'm just putting a picture of him on there and not the specific game is, maybe it's not fair, but I can't decide on a number one game out of the franchise. Maybe the first Mega Man would be the least, but I still can't pick anyone out. They all have their different mechanics and little things. Like, you know, one set the tone. There was not really any games at the time where you could pick your own direction in the game and continue to do it. The music is memorable in almost every game. You know, some of the Robot Masters are a little bit laughable. Just some of the complexity of the song, it keeps you interested, it's worth a play, the controls are dead on. You know, a lot of the games were pretty bright in color, never really super drab. And it seems like every game that continued on the series, they focused on like a new ability or a new aspect of the game. And I guess, you know, yes, the game's slightly repetitious as you go on with the series. I guess that's another reason why I can't pick another game over the other. It just really sucks right now that all the NES cards that you find for this game are going to set you back quite a bit. I've owned 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on cart, but I've never owned 6. And now I currently only own 2. definitely one of my favorite NES series. It's something I would ask anybody who's into platforming adventure. Well, I guess it's really not labeled as an adventure game, but I recommend this to any Nintendo fan to play. Well, I hope you enjoyed my top 10 NES game reviews. If you have any differences or what you like, what you didn't like, please comment below. Let me know. Always like to interact with everybody. A video response is cool too. I'm welcome to have and post those. And make sure you subscribe, please. I want to beat Dr. Wily's ass one more time, and I've got a 40 to polish off. So, appreciate it, and everyone have a good one.